Hi, I'm Turk Strongman. Thanks for selecting this video. I'm not sure what I'm going to call it yet. There's something about humanism versus theology, or divinitivism. Humanism versus divinitivism. Divinitivism. Before moving forward, if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, then please pause the video right now and do it before you forget again. And while you're at it, activate the notification bell feature. And if by the end of this video you found that you liked it, then give it a thumb up. If you found that you didn't like it, give it your other thumb up. Just don't give it your middle finger. That's my joke. And share the joy of the channel with others. I'm looking at my wife. She's laughing at me. She laughs at me a lot. I'm not sure why. If you understand why she laughs at me a lot, please note it in the comments below. But be nice. Okay, now moving on. I haven't thought about what I'm going to say here, but I have an idea. See if I can get it across improvisationally. It might look like I promote humanism here on this channel, and in a sense I do. I do refer a lot to, without using these words directly, but to mastery of self by self. It's kind of a humanistic idea. The transmutation of one's constitution to a higher form of itself. I don't refer to divinity much at all. I do refer to the absolute, which I consider to be a reference to the most divine thing of all, or within the manifested cosmos, to the true self. To the I, as in I am. I would say that's a very divine thing. I don't refer to spirituality except in tag words for my videos. I don't speak of a spiritual path very much at all. I stay away from those things. I've given my reasons elsewhere. But to reiterate a few, I want to appeal to people of all religions. I don't want to single out any specific religion or spiritual path. I don't want to give you a specific philosophical or religious ideology so that you can, engage in any of the practical or cognitive, theory and practice here on my channel. I don't want my material to be limited to any specific religious orientation or spiritual path. I want it to appeal to all. So I keep theology out of it. Here's another thing. These days, you know my banner, my motto. Older world, newer thought. Well, a lot of the material here that, my book narrations, at least to date, involve works of William Walker Atkinson's. Well, he was a pioneer in the New Thought movement of the early 1900s. I like the majority of the New Thought stuff. I concur with a lot of it. Not all of it. My own personal instruction here, my own original instruction here that you'll find, somewhat roots in the parts of New Thought with which I concur and that I like. It's not exclusively that. I draw on some ancient traditions. I draw on the philosophical or the metaphysical implications of quantum physics. I draw on modern biology, human biology. medical knowledge. We're doing a lot of things. But I try to keep it somewhat humanistic. I think that these days we've moved far beyond the age of information, and we're in the age of disinformation. If you don't know what disinformation is, as opposed to information and misinformation, information is useful talk. Misinformation is potentially useful talk or information, verbiage that doesn't really hit the mark very well. It's misinformed, it's misdirected, it's maybe false, unintentionally so. Disinformation is intentionally falsified information, meant to misdirect, meant to mislead. And it often comes in the context of things that are true, things that are accepted as true, things that are true, factual information. The best way to pass off a lie or disinformation is to have two lies wrapped around a truth, or have two truths wrapped around a lie. There's a lot of that going on. And this arises in the context of religion. Well, through time, shortly after every major world religion has been founded, misinformation creeps in and disinformation creeps in. You have space? Excuse me, guys. You have room? Okay, there you go. My wife, who laughs at me a lot.
Hi, everyone.
All right. So, did you guys all say hi back in your minds to Allie? I think you should. She said hi to you. All right. Fair play. All right. I like to stick with what I think is the truth, with what I take to be usable and true information. When it comes to religion, I find dogma abound. And I find there to be pieces of truth in all the major world religions. But it's not my job here. It's not my intent here. This is not the main thrust of this channel. It's not a thrust of my channel at all, to weed through all of that. It's not a religious channel, for the reasons I've already given. Now, so I go ahead and I act upon here in my channel my belief that these days the human being can approach the divine and interact with the divine and manifest the divine by using more humanistic methods than theological ones. And I believe that in this age of disinformation, it's a pretty good idea to go ahead accordingly. I present what I take to be newer thought to go with an older world than that existed in the early 1900s, in the time of the New Thought movement. I try to draw upon what I take to be still usable, still relevant, factual material from that movement, as well as a lot of other areas, upon which to draw. Present them today in newer light, with some newer thought added in. Mind, for example. And drawing upon more updated matters of physics, psychology, biology, what have you. Ultimately, I don't propose a strictly humanistic or divinitivistic approach. They blend it together. I believe, as has been taken to be the case through many ancient traditions and traditional traditions, all through time, that the divine lies within. You want to approach the divine? Look within. This is not anti-Christian or anti-anything. Really. No. The problem with theology, one of the main problems with theology, is that it encourages someone to look outside of themselves. Well, I take it that there is, in a sense, an objective universe. Yeah. That I take it that access to its secrets lies within. That the human being, if we take into account a genuine human being's full constitution, there was a whole universe within. And that it works in a somewhat holographic manner. The true human being is a picture, a segment, a portion of the entire universe, which is built upon patterns. Patterns that constitute a human being as well as the entire cosmos, manifested cosmos. And that every little part of the manifested cosmos is sort of like a picture of the entire thing. These are some basic premises that are my point of departure here, or upon which I base pretty much everything here. So, humanism versus divinitivism, I think that's a false dilemma. There are other choices. There are other ways to look at things, like right here on my channel. It's not one or the other. Well, that's my thinking. I just stay away from theology talk. My purpose here is to give you the means to overcome consciousness hijacking and perception deception. All the misdirection, the misleading, attempts to keep humanity ignorant of its divine nature, ignorant of its true self, ignorant of its true self-sovereignty and untouchability by such deception and hijacking. And those tools must be applied by the self, to the self. And when it comes to looking outside in a theological way, depending on, a dependence on beings, divine beings, angels, ascended masters, you name it, avatars, a dependence on them, a dependence on outside beings can easily get us all fouled up. Who are they? What really are they? Have they been presented to us accurately? Are they of actual good nature? I don't know. Do you? Do you know? Do you have bona fide, justified belief plus experience that says yes with certainty to the answer to that question? I say you don't. Neither do I. I recommend not depending on any being when it comes to your own personal introduction to whatever you want to call it. God? I say that is a course that lies within you. I try to provide you with ways to make that work for you. I don't propose a religion. I don't even ask for followership. I don't even ask for money. Often here on my channel, I refer to my personal program that I have. You know, my one-on-one program, training program, self-mastery training program, personal involvement training program. I talk about clients that I've had in the past. I've had numerous channels of this sort. This isn't even my original Tharanki Ramacha Rocket channel. In all of my doings along these lines, you know how much money I've made? Not one red penny, and certainly not more than one. I haven't made any. None. None. Zippo. Zero. Allie, have I made a single red cent on any of this?
No, you haven't.
There you have it. All this is a channel devoted to older world, newer thought. I'm Turk Strongman. Did you like the video? Thumb up. Did you hate it? Other thumb up. Somewhere in between? Thumb up. Thumb up! Subscribe to the channel. Don't be a bonefish. Activate the notification bell feature. Share the joy of the channel with others. Be well.